go back to page 1 and do it all over again. Today we celebrate my mom, Barb Hall, the person who I want to go back to page 1 with. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lena, Barb's oldest daughter. There really are no words to capture who she was, only feelings. Feelings that make my heart burst and all of me melt. My mom was all of me. She was my independence, my confidence, my strength and bravery. She was my sensitivity, my compassion, my goofiness, and my laughter. My heart breaks into a million tiny pieces every time I think about the person we lost. My mom was so full of love. She had a gift to make everyone around her feel significant. As many of you have experienced, she was the epitome of warm, welcoming, and generous. Some of my favorite memories start with dinners around our dining room table, drinking wine, laughing, talking, and telling stories. She lived life so deeply and felt every emotion right in her heart. This is something I've only understood as I've grown from her daughter into her friend. My mom always encouraged us to read, work hard, and cherish our free time. She was fiercely proud of us, and we knew it. Whether we were playing sports, giving a speech, or receiving an award, I could always spot her in the crowd. I distinctly remember this when running cross country in elementary school. Firstly, I did not enjoy running long distances. When it hurts to breathe and to stand, no. But my mom insisted, Lena, it's good for you. You're so good at it. So I did as my mom said. When race day at Nellis School was approaching, she would take me to practice running around the route. She never told me I had to win, but she gave me every opportunity to do my best. When race day came, she would get me some water bottles and make me a breakfast that would give me energy for my big day. At the starting line, when the butterflies in my stomach wouldn't settle, I would look at her to relieve my nerves. I distinctly remember her standing in the same spot at the top of the hardest hill to climb, right by a tree near the rose garden. I knew I could get up that hill because I wanted to see her. My biggest supporter, my hero. When I got up there, she clapped for me and said, "Go, Lane, go." That's all I ever needed. Whether I won or got a participation ribbon, she was the proudest mom. Whether it was an elementary school cross-country race or if I cooked a good meal, she always cheered me on. This is how she loved. I remember many nights, even just months ago, where I would go up into her bed and lay with her. We talked about everything. She listened to me. I told her I loved her so much. She told me she loved me bigger, and I told her I loved her the biggest. But she loved the best. I think some people are just capable of giving more love than they will ever get back in return, and she was one of those people. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart. Like, why are we here, and where do we go, and how come this is so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. But I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. To my dad, she chose you. She thought the world of you. She admired your humility and your ability to work hard but stay committed to us. To Leah and Tiana, my girls, she will not be there for your graduations, when you get married, or when you have children. But remember that each of you have so much of her distinct and beautiful qualities. Hold on to that. She will always be with you, by your side, surrounding you in a big hug. We have the best guardian angel. Over the past few weeks, I have meditated over so many thoughts and feelings, the toughest and most heart-wrenching of emotions. One word has consistently stuck with me: time. Time is a constant in life. The time it took for my mom to swim the 100-meter front crawl. The time it took for my mom and my dad to find each other. The 25 years they spent married. The surprising amount of time it takes to make sweet pickles. Yes, Mom, 9 days. How long we could hold that note in the song, "Live Like You Were Dying." The time she so generously volunteered wherever she was needed. the time she spent enjoying the crisp morning air, walking and reflecting on life, the time she spent laughing with her friends, the time she spent loving us. There are 3 things I have learned about time. First, when you feel like the world is crashing around you, it passes so slow. Number 2, we always want more of it. Number 3, time heals. I don't know how long it takes to heal this missing piece of my heart, but I know it will get better. So Mom, if you ever wonder if I miss you, the answer is always. Some days it's fierce, but over time I know it will become gentler. Like a constant melody, your name pouring through my mind on repeat. Your memory will forever be the undercurrent of my days.
I'm Leah, middle daughter, in case you don't know. I have been struggling trying to find the words to say to and about a person who, alongside my dad and my sisters, was my entire world. In truth, I'm not sure I will ever find words that could even remotely convey how much you mean to me, Mom. I could tell you that I love you, and I do, more than you will ever know. And I could tell you that you're the best mom and friend I could have ever asked for. I could tell you how proud I am of you and everything you've done. That you deserve so much more, and I had so much more I wanted to do with you. To give you in return for everything you gave me. And yet no matter how many times I say these things, no matter how true they are, they feel painfully inadequate. How can I say goodbye, or see you later, to the best person I've ever known in a way she truly deserves? I could go on about you forever, Mom. No amount of I love yous will ever be enough, but I realize that all I need to say in this moment is thank you. Thank you for always encouraging my curiosity of the world around me, even when it led me to believing that our family should travel across Wisconsin on a covered wagon. Thank you for being at every game, speech, and play, and for being my source of confidence through it all. For it was you who I desperately searched for every time a goal was scored on me in net, and you were always there, often next to Mrs. Glenn, far away from the loud parents of the other teams. You would wait for my eyes to find yours before you'd smile at me, your eyes smiling too, and you'd give me 2 thumbs up as you mouthed the words, "It's okay." Thank you for standing up for me and teaching me the things that only you can. Never was there a time in my life where I felt truly alone, and that was because of you. Because you never made me feel like less of a person for being sensitive, or for having anxiety, because those were things we shared. We were the fillings in the sandwich, and you always understood any struggles I had being the middle child because you had them too. You had such a unique understanding of the individual needs that the 3 of us had, easily maneuvering your way between the territories of being our best friend and being our mom. Where'd they go? I don't think I ever told you how much I appreciated who you were in any capacity. Inspiration or even role model are words that, although describe just who you were to us and to everyone who met you, are words that cannot possibly capture the essence of who you are, because you are indescribable. A person who can only be captured by the memories of your character and by the relationships you forge with both young and old around you. Thank you for talking about and recalling Grandpa throughout our entire lives in such vivid light. You ensured his memory, values, and character lived on long after he left us, much too soon, just like you. And I hope that in the years to come, we can do the same for you. Thank you for our traditions and adventures, and for making Christmas Eve Day one of my favorite days of the year. Knowing that waking up early would mean getting to go with you to the bakery and cherry pink for bacon and the grocery store in preparation for Christmas breakfast the next day meant more to me than you know. Even though most of these Christmas Eve mornings occurred without error, I don't think I'll ever forget the one year we decided to bring Jake, our dog, along, and his leash snapped just as we were getting near the car. And then we both had to chase after him so he wouldn't make his way down to Highway 8, and you were yelling in panic for me to cut him off at the cul-de-sac, and I stopped running because I had no idea what a cul-de-sac was. I still don't know why you couldn't have just said court. Thank you for looking out for me all my life, for trying to protect me from my own mistakes, for being a living example of the courage and strength I so desperately wish I owned. But most of all, thank you for showing me what it means to truly love and be loved in return. You are my hero, Mom, for so many reasons, and my inspiration for life. You've inspired my art and my choices, and most of all, my heart. Your capacity for love knew no bounds, Mom, and I think that will forever be one of your greatest legacies. And in these darkest hours, your example has been a light that has helped me find my way and focus on the things that matter most. Celebrating the person you are and will always be, forever in our hearts and memories, and perhaps most importantly in the way we treat others, with the kindness and warmth that you extended to all of us.
And as you can guess, I am the youngest now. Called through everybody. My name's Tiana. So I'd like to start off with a quote by Muhammad Ali. Friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something you learn in school, but if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. My mom didn't just teach me the true meaning of friendship, she showed me. And she showed us how to put our friends before ourselves. On a number of occasions, my mom would be late picking me up from school because one of her friends would call her as she's walking out the door. And to my mom, it was far more important to have that quick 5-minute conversation to catch up than it was to get me on time. My sisters and I would always joke around, and guess how many people we could stop and talk to in the grocery store with Mom? Maybe a handful of times we made it in and out of the local IGA without having a conversation with someone she knew. It didn't matter if it was a parent of a friend we went to elementary school with, or it was a parent of a child she taught in nursery school. She went out of her way to ask about that person, how they're doing, how their families were doing, how their extended families were doing. My mom's friends meant the world to her, and now they mean the world to us. Her friends have given her so much love and support over the past years, and I can only hope that as I grow older, I have the same support system that she did. To all my mom's friends, you're far more than a friend to her, you're a family. And we as a family cannot thank everyone enough for all the love and support over the past few weeks. Whether it was coming to visit us at the hospital, bringing us food to our house, every gesture is appreciated. And again, we thank you all for coming here today and joining us while we look back on the wonderful memories of our mom.